Hello, students. This is a lecture for BA Part 2nd English Literature students, and we will be discussing a literary term, irony, in this lecture. Actually, the definition of irony as a literary device is a situation in which there is a contrast between expectation and reality. For example, the difference between what something appears to mean versus its literal meaning. Irony is associated with both tragedy and humor. The term entered the English language in the 16th century and comes from French term irony, and before that it came from Latin language ironia. All these terms originate from the ancient Greek stereotypical character known as Iron. An Iron figure brings down his opponent by understating his abilities, thus engaging in a type of irony by saying less than what he means. What are the main types of irony? If we want to know that, we can say there are a number of different types of irony, each meaning something a little different. If we talk about dramatic irony, this occurs when a writer lets the reader know something that a character does not know. For example, when the reader knows that the bus roaring down the highway is headed for an elevated freeway junction that hasn't been completed yet, it fills the audience with anticipation and dread for what they know is coming, the passengers' horror and shock. We know that the passengers do not know what they are about to face, but the reader knows the catastrophe. In Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, each young lover takes the poison, thinking the other is already dead. The dramatic irony comes from the audience wanting them to know the whole story before taking this final catastrophe. Similarly, in Shakespeare's another play, Othello, Othello trusts a character called Iago, but the audience know better than that. They know that Iago is the villain of the piece and actually he is deceiving Othello. Thus, when the audience know more than the characters, irony occurs. Another type of irony is comic irony, and it occurs when the irony is used for comic effect, such as in satire. Jane Austen was a master of such irony. Her preoccupation with social divisions and the witty and insightful tone with which she revealed hypocrisy and parodied people contributed greatly. Austen opens her novel Pride and Prejudice with a famous line which implies that men are the ones who hunt for a wife. However, she makes it clear throughout the narrative that it is actually the other way around. Situational irony. This is at play when an expected outcome is subverted. For example, in O. Henry's classic tale, The Gift of the Magi, a wife cuts off her long hair to sell it in order to buy her husband a chain for his prized watch. Meanwhile, the husband has sold his watch in order to buy his wife a comb for her beautiful hair. The situational irony comes from each person not expecting to have their gift be undercut by the other's actions. Verbal irony is a statement in which the speaker means something very different from what he or she is saying. Think of the knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. With both his arms cut off, he says nonchalantly, "It's just a fresh wound." He is ironically underplaying the severity of his injury. Thank you, students. I hope it makes sense. If you have any queries or doubts, you may please call me directly